Pretty quick review for you guys today because I'm going to be reviewing the Mandalorian figures from this wave in a separate video, and also when I get to them. Because I walked into Target and I only found a Darth Vader. But hey, I was actually really excited for this Darth Vader, and I'm actually really impressed with it. This may be my favorite 3¼ inch Darth Vader. I mean, it is. It is. They keep improving them as they keep releasing them, and this one is definitely an improvement. It's largely based off the old A New Hope Darth Vader TVC, but that's kind of to be expected because Rogue One Vader is basically A New Hope Vader. But they just enhanced it a little bit. They added some more, like, authentic detail to the actual costume. It still has the same issues that every 3¼ inch Vader has, but honestly, this does feel like an improvement, and I'm pretty happy with it. So before we go on to the figure itself, let's go on to the card, because hey, it's Rogue One Vader, right? It's gotta have the Rogue One pose. That's Rogue One Vader. That's the thing he did. It's a cool card. Mine's a little warped, probably because of how, it's probably my fault. But once I put it, like, with my other cards, it'll straighten out. There's the other figures from the wave. So yeah, we have Chirrut, great figure, 5s, great, but I have them in the 3-pack. Waiting for my Walmart pre-orders to ship on those because not Walmart, my Amazon pre-orders for the Mando ones because I couldn't get them on Pulse because they sold out in like 10 seconds on Pulse. Hondo is, Rex is why they re-released that. Vader's pretty good. So there's a card back. We'll leave that back there. We usually do in these videos, don't we? So here is our new Vader. And let's just get it out of the way. He is a reuse of the old A New Hope Vader. But to what extent? Let us find out. So here is my old A New Hope Vader from TVC. And you can see just looking at him. Just looking at them, you can tell the difference. You can really tell that there's a pretty substantial difference. So the helmets are completely different. I thought the old A New Hope one was pretty good, but this new one, they did the thing where they have like the alternating like dark metallic gunmetal color on the helmet, like how the Black Series one did, and it makes it look so much better. It really does. It looks so good. It does have a new torso, which honestly I didn't think the old one had a problem. Oh my gosh, why do you not want to focus? There we go. Maybe it's because they're so black. Yeah, I thought the old torso was alright, not the toy-so. But new one has more three-dimension to it, because it has like the plastic, which is good. It does have a plastic tunic, which I'm not sure how I feel about. I honestly have always preferred the cloth tunics, but it's alright. Same capes, pretty much. Same kind of style, same sort of material. You can see maybe the new one's a little more opaque than the old one. But still, good capes. Then the arms, I'm pretty sure the arms are the same. I'm pretty sure the arms are pretty much the same. They got different paint on them. You can see. Stop getting out of focus, dude. Jeez. Yeah, they're pretty much the same arms. And that is a shame, because you may be wondering, why doesn't your A New Hope Vader have the lightsaber? I took him off the shelf for the video, and the lightsaber just pinged off into space. And when I say space, I mean under his shelf. And I didn't feel like digging that far out to get it. So yeah, saber's MIA for now, but it's fine. No worry. Yeah, you can see the glove actually has a nicer sheen on the new TVC Rogue One one. The legs, I'm pretty sure, are the same. I'm pretty sure. Oop. Yeah, they're the same legs. They move just as good, but unfortunately, because this one has the plastic, it just kind of gets in the way a little bit more. But not too much, honestly. It doesn't get in the way too much, and it does kind of work as a nice support if you get him in a more dynamic pose. I'm not going to lie, it does kind of help support him. Like you can see, that actually looks really cool. Here, let's kind of get him in more of a slash. Oh yeah, that's like a Force Unleashed pose right there. Look, oh dude, look at that. No base either. That's so good. But yeah, the winner for this comparison is definitely the new one for me. I mean, the plastic tunic I was a little iffy on, but honestly, the changes they made make it worth buying again, especially these helmets. Let's get really close on these. These Vaders always pick up the little fibers. Oh my gosh, is that just dust on my old one? Oh my goodness. But yeah, look at those helmets. No contest. No contest whatsoever. The new one is just so much better in every way. Like in every freaking way. It's so good. So yeah, this new Vader is pretty great, isn't it? His articulation, he has a ball joint at the head, but it's pretty much just a swivel. I mean, you could try to manipulate it a little bit, but it's pretty much just going to act as a swivel. You have hinge at the shoulders, which pretty much move all the way up. Really nice elbow hinge, swivels at the wrist, swivel at the waist, which does work for the leg articulation if you need that tunic kind of out of the way. Has hinges at the legs. You can get those hinging up and down. No thigh swivel, but you do have a knee swivel, which pretty much functions the same. And unlike the, I think it was the Revenge of the Sith Black Series Vader, the fact that it doesn't have a thigh swivel doesn't totally kill it, because look at that. That is a kneel right there. I forget how good this figure could kneel. Look at that. But unfortunately, that's where the plastic tunic's gonna come and mess him up, because he can't really stay in that kneeling pose. So it's going to just kind of flail out and look awkward. So if you would want to replace that, I'm sure you could. You could probably do a little bit of figgy surgery and probably maybe like pop it apart at the waist and get this cloth one on this. But you would have to cut it. You would have to cut this off because it's actually attached to that sculpt up there. So you would have to very heavily modify it. But if you're that worried about it, it's probably worth it. And then he has the knees, and then he just has up and down hinge swivel ankles. I wish they would have upgraded that to give him an ankle rocker, but for 3 3/4 inch, they're so small, you don't really need an ankle rocker. Like, it's not that important to keeping up the weight. So yeah, that's pretty much the Vader. Let's give a couple comparisons. So we've already compared him to the A New Hope one. We've got to compare him to his slaughter victims. There's the old TVC Rebel Fleet Trooper. CNC looks great with those. They're releasing the new version, aren't they? With the hallway. I might get that hallway if it goes on clearance, but I have not dedicated myself to it. Because I already have like 3 of this guy. I actually do have like 3 of him. And then got to compare it to the best Stormtrooper of all time, the Rogue One Stormtrooper. Which unfortunately, I only still have the one. Wouldn't mind getting at least a second one at some point. But, you know what, man? Look at this. It took long enough, but we finally have really very film accurate, very nice looking 3 3/4 inch versions of 2 of the most iconic Star Wars costumes of all time. Vader, Stormtrooper. They're iconic. Every single person knows what they are. And these are great. These are great figures. The Stormtrooper's all new. The Vader reuses some stuff, but this Vader is still pretty good. Can he hold his lightsaber in like a 2-handed pose? Pretty sure he can. Most Vaders can. Because his left hand's kind of in a tighter grip than his right. Which is good for this figure, so it looks more like a fist. Yeah. Yeah, you can get him holding it with 2 hands. That looks good. You can get him kind of doing it. Oh, that looks great. Remember how he had it down when he was like fighting Luke? That's really good. Wrong costume for Vader, but still. Works great. You can have it. Ooh, man. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. I'm sorry, I love this thing. It's been a while since we've gotten a new Vader figure in 3 3/4 inch, and it's just kind of exciting, I'm not going to lie. Because Vader, everyone loves Vader. Who doesn't love Darth Vader? Seriously. Who doesn't? Like, he is by default pretty much everyone's favorite Star Wars character. Alrighty. He's like Optimus Prime. Like, who doesn't love Optimus? Who doesn't love Darth Vader? You know, come on. There we go. New Vader figure. It's great. I recommend it. It's a really good figure. I mean, most people would be like, oh, another Vader pass. But this one's worth it. It really is. I feel like they made some really significant changes and upgrades that really make this warranting of a purchase. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.